Where in China are you from?
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou. And how old are you?
I'm 7.
You're 7. What's your favorite subject?
I like science.
You like
My
science?
favorite subject. I said my favorite subject is science, especially chemistry and physics.
Chemistry and physics. Do you have chemistry and physics at your age?
No, I think I only had them when I'm in middle school. I learned them from watching videos.
Oh, you learned chemistry from watching videos.
Yeah, and physics also.
And physics. Tell me, what do you know about physics?
Well, I know that the formula, let's see. I know some formulas in physics.
Can you give...
For example, the parts, when things are put into water, a part of that object is always submerged into the water, unless it's really light, like oil.
Oh, do you think that's...
For example, let's take a spoon. We'll drop it into the water. The mass it is, and the water buoyancy. I think there was this formula that's G equals the buoyancy, which means the gravity equals the buoyancy when it's in a stable state.
I see.
For example, and G is equal to mg. This time the G is a lowercase instead of an uppercase, and it's a specific number. And F for the buoyancy, I think it was Rho, which is, I think it was a Greek letter that looks like a P. The initial letter of the word pig. Rho of the liquid, G again, the lowercase one, and V, the volume of the water displaced by it.
Okay, so if you have water and oil mixed together in one mixture, which one is going to float to the top?
Oil, because it's less dense.
It's less dense, right? Yeah, good. At least you're very interested in science. That's good for your age. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, a chemist.
I see. Who gave you that idea?
Thought of it myself.
Aha. Well, what do you think a chemist does?
Well, in my mind, a chemist is, I'll describe a picture in my mind of a chemist. Someone wearing a white laboratory shirt, maybe with some stains, holding a glass bottle, a glass container, pouring the liquid inside it into another bigger container to mix with another liquid to maybe cause an explosion or something.
But why do they need to do that? Does it help other people, or does it help our world if they mix liquids in a laboratory? Why do they need to do that?
Sometimes it's because they're working on new technologies. I mean, for example, they might mix, for example, liquid nitrogen with maybe sulfuric acid and get something really useful in life.
Yeah, that's true. They're trying to come up with new, maybe Some of them are trying to come up with new medicine, technologies, and so on. You're right about that. And do you have any hobbies?
Mm, well, well, I like to read.
Yeah. Well, what do you read?
Mm, I'll say the names of a few books I've read lately. There's The Trumpet of the Swan, The Charlotte's Web, and Swart Little. We have all written by E.B. White, and I'm into a book series called Guardians of Gahul. Now I'm onto the last book, The War of the Ember.
Okay, so the War of the Endo, is that like fantasy or science fiction?
Like fiction, with a few true facts mixed in it. It's about a story. It's a story about Soren's lifetime, how he came into this world, how he went to the Great Tree, etc., and what happened at the Great Tree.
Yeah, it's a kind of fantasy. It's fantasy novel, right? It's a novel.
Yep.
It's a long work of fiction. Okay, good. So yeah, you should read a lot of English books. It's going to help you a lot, and you already speak English quite well. So good for you. You're doing a great job in your speaking skills. And what do you want to learn from your class? Do you want to learn how to write? Do you like writing?
Yes, and I think I've got to bring up my tenses.
What is it? Can you say that again?
I said I need to notice my wrong spellings, and I really think I gotta bring up my tenses.
Oh, you want to work on your tenses. Okay, good. You know exactly what you want to do. All right, good. Okay, so we can work on that. Before we go to your book, maybe let's have a review of the tenses. I want to know how many tenses you know. Is that all right? I'm going to share with you our whiteboard, and I want to see if you can try and write something on the screen, because you're supposed to be able to write something there so that you can give me your answers.
Nope.
Can you try? See, I can write something, and then I can also type something.
I can see your writing, but I can't write on my own.
You can. You just need to push your cursor or your mouse up to the top of the screen, and then a menu is going to pop out. Just point your arrow to the top of the screen to that green tab, and then you're going to find a menu dropping down, and you can click on a button called Annotate. Have you found it? See, you can even make check marks. This is important so that you can write your answers on the computer screen, and I'll be able to see what you're answering. You can even make circles. Do you see it now? Do you see anything?
I see your writing, but I don't have the whatever software to write on this whiteboard.
Yeah, the software that you're using to talk to me has a menu for you to write with. So all you need to do is to bring up your mouse to the top of the screen. Have you tried it? Push your mouse, push your cursor to the top of the screen and point to any space at the top, and something is going to come out. Can you try it? Nothing?
Yes, I tried. Wherever I go, nothing pops out.
All right. Okay. Everybody can do it. So I think maybe later you can find out for yourself when you play around with the Zumu software. Maybe you can learn it later on. So in the meantime, I want to check your verb tenses. So what are the 3 basic tenses that we have? Can you tell me?
I think they're the present, past, and future tenses.
Very good. We have the present tense, we have the past tense, and we have the future tense. Now, these 3 tenses are further divided into 4 different categories. So our first category is the simple tense. Have you heard of it?
It's the original form.
It's the original form, right? It's the most basic form. So I want you to give me any kind of verb. Think of an action word. Any action word.
Run.
Run, good. So the present tense of run, we know it's run, right? So what's the past?
The past tense is ran.
Good job, ran. Okay, what's the future?
The future tense is will run.
Will run, good job. So as I've seen, you perfectly know your simple tenses. We have the present simple, the past simple, and the future simple. Can you think of another category of verb tenses that comes? Yes?
The continuous tense.
The what?
The continuous tense.
Good job, yes, the continuous tense. What's another name for the continuous? There's another word for it. No idea. All right, I'll tell you. The other name for it is the progressive tense. Progressive because it's going on as you speak. It's not a finished action. It's still going on at the present time. That's why it's continuing, right? It's either continuing or it's progressing. So you have 2 names for it, continuous or progressive. So what's the continuous tense for present continuous for run?
Ran.
Okay, ran is the past simple, but the continuous has another version. Good job, running. You must add the ing, running. But it's not just running. You need to add one more word before running.
Running?
Yes, good job. Is running or am running, right? Is or am. You use am for I am running, or you use is for another person, like she is running. Okay, so, all right. What's the past? So we have the past here and we have the continuous here. What is the past continuous of run?
I haven't learned that tense.
Okay, so all you need to do is come up with the past tense for is. What's the past tense?
Was.
Good job. So what do you think the next tense is? Was what?
Was running.
Good job, was running. All right, we have a pattern here. The first type is running. The second one is was running. What is the third type?
Will be running.
Good job. Will be running. That is our future continuous tense or our future progressive tense. Is that easy?
Simple when I get the pattern.
Yeah, when you get the pattern, it's easy to remember. So would you like to know the last 2?
I think there's still the perfect tense.
Good job. Yes, we have the perfect tense. Okay, so let's see if you know how to put the perfect tense together. All right, so we have the simple, we have the continuous, and we have the perfect. So now the pattern for the perfect tense is you need to use
Have
good job. You need to use has or have. All right, so
or
yes, has or have. Give me the present perfect tense for run.
mm, have or has ran.
Has or have
Run.
has run. You need to use the present tense. Has run. Okay? Or have run. Okay, now we go to the past perfect. Now you need to put has in the past tense.
Had.
Had run. Right? Had run. Okay, so what is the future perfect?
Will have run.
Good job. Yeah, will have run. Will have run. Okay, do you get it? It's easy to remember if you have the pattern exactly as you said. Okay, now we go to the last one. When you've mastered the last one, you've completed all the tenses. So do you have an idea? What is the last tense?
Nope. I know. I only learned the simple tense, the continuous tense, and the perfect tense.
Okay, the last one is when you combine, when you put together the continuous and the perfect. So what do you think it's called? You put,
The
yeah.
perfect continuous tense.
Good job. Yes, it's called the perfect continuous. Perfect continuous tense. You can also say the perfect progressive tense because progressive is another name for the continuous tense, right? Okay, so now let's come up with the pattern for the perfect continuous. What do you think it is? So you're, yeah?
I think the pattern is first add a have, has, or had, or will have.
Yes.
And then add the continuous tense, like running.
Yes, you are correct. Okay, so let's try it. Give me the present perfect continuous.
The present perfect continuous is have running.
Okay, has, have running. You're almost there. Does it sound right to you if you say has running or have running?
Nope.
It doesn't, right? So it means it needs one more word. You need to add one more word in there.
Is or am.
No. Try to add the subject here. You say I. Try to make a sentence out of it. I has running. I have running.
I have been running.
Good job. So now you figure out the pattern. So what is the pattern? Tell me.
Have or has been verb in the continuous tense.
Good job. It's has, have, been, and the ing form of the verb. Okay, so let's come up. So this is the present perfect. See, you have here the present perfect continuous. Can you tell me what the past perfect continuous is? So now you have to put has in the past tense.
Had been running.
Good job. Had been running. What is the future perfect continuous?
Will have been running.
Perfect. Will have been running. Okay. So the simple is the base form of the verb. The continuous is or are or am, is, am, or are, plus the ing. Then the perfect, you have has, have, and the past participle. All right, the perfect continuous is has, have, and been. Has, have, had, or will have, and been. Okay, what do you think about that? Do you think it's easy?
Quite easy when I find the pattern.
Yes, quite easy. And in fact, you're looking at all the verb tenses that we have in English. This is the complete set. So I don't know if you want to take a screenshot so that you can write it down in your notebook later on. Would you like to take a screenshot?
Mm,
Do you know how?
I don't know how.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember the pattern without writing it down?
I think so.
Okay. All right, let's try it again. Just one more time. Give me another verb besides run. Oh, okay, I'll give you one, all right?
Swim.
What is it?
Swim.
Swim. Okay, swim. So give me the present, past, and future simple of swim.
The present simple of swim is swim.
Yes. Okay. Next.
Swam.
Good.
The future tense is will swim.
Yes, will swim. Okay, so let's put together the continuous tense for swim.
Is and are swimming.
Okay, is swimming or are swimming or am swimming. Next.
The past tense is was swimming.
Good job. Was swimming. What if it's in the plural form? What would it be?
Were, because the plural form of was is were.
Yes, you're right. Were swimming. And what's the last one?
Will be swimming.
Will be swimming. Good job. Okay, what's the present perfect of swimming?
Has or have been swimming. Has or have been swimming.
Okay, has. No, it's not. It's not swimming. This one is wrong. So you have to change swimming. You need to use the past participle of the verb swim. Do you know what the past participle is?
It was swum.
Okay, good. Swum. Has swum or swam? I think it's swam. Has swum. Swam, swum.
I think it was swum.
Okay, what's next?
Had swum.
Had swum. Okay, next.
Will have swum.
Will have swum. Okay, so give me the last three.
The perfect continuous has been swimming. Have or has been swimming.
Yes.
And then had been swimming. Had been swimming.
Uh-huh.
And the next one is will have been swimming.
All right. Will have been swimming. Okay, congratulations, Kyran. So you've just perfected the verb tenses in less than 20 minutes. How do you feel about yourself?
Very,
Do you feel good?
very, happy.
You're happy? Good. Yeah, I'm happy for you. You're a very smart boy. Okay, so those are our patterns, and maybe you want to write that down later so you won't forget. And the thing with the verb tenses, as long as you get the past participle right, you'll always get your verb tenses absolutely correct. For example, The past participle. What is the past participle of see?
The past participle. Does that mean the past tense?
It's like the past tense, but another kind of past tense, right? Because the past tense of see is saw. But you have another word that is also in the past tense, and we call that the past participle. Can you think of another word for see that is in the past, which is not saw? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe it's seen.
Seen? Like this?
Maybe.
Yes, you're right. Exactly. So the past participle is seen. Okay? So for you to remember what the past participle is, it's the past tense word that is not the ordinary kind of past tense. Okay? Past participle. So how about think? What's the past participle for think?
I think it's I think it's the present perfect for think without the have.
Without the have. So what's the past tense of think? Yes.
I think it was still think.
The present tense is think, but the past tense is THO, thaw, what?
Thought.
Yes, thought. So the past, simple past and past participle for think is the same. They're the same. Okay, how about eat?
Eat. Eaten.
Very good, eaten. Eaten is the past participle because the simple past is ate, right? Eat, ate, eaten. See, saw, seen. How about drink?
Drink. Drunk.
Drink, drank, and then the third one is drunk. Okay? So it sort of works like this. This is how you memorize the past participle.
I think the definition for the past participle is the present perfect tense of it without the has or have.
Exactly. It's the present perfect form without the has or have. So for you to memorize it, you need to have the complete set, like swim, swam, swum. The third one is the past participle. See, saw, seen. The third one is the past participle. Think, thought, thought. So the second and the third are the same. Eat, ate, eaten. Again, the third one is the past participle, right? Teach, taught, taught. Okay, one more. Give me your own example. Give me the complete set.
I'll choose a word. Fly.
Okay, good. That's a good word. Fly is the present.
Fly. Flown.
Flew.
Flew and flown.
Good job. Fly, flew, flown. Okay, how about drink?
Drink. Drank. Drunk.
Good job. Drink, drank, drunk. Okay, last one. How about drive?
Drive. Drive, I think.
Drive. Past tense. Past tense of drive.
Drive.
Drive. No, it's DRO.
Drove.
Drove, yes. That's the simple past tense. Now, what's the past participle for drive?
The past participle is driven.
Good job. It's driven. Yes. Okay, so the third word is the past participle, and you use the past participle with which verb tense?
Mm, use the past participle as the as the word as the verb in the in the perfect tense. Only at has, have, will, has, have, had, or will have, according to your needs.
Good job. Yes, you always use the past participle with the perfect tenses. It's only for the perfect tenses, okay? That's how you use it. All right? Do you
I
have any
understand.
do you have any questions?
No, but I see a interesting pattern.
What's the
See
pattern?
swim. This inside the word swim,
Mm-hmm.
the vowel is I, and it changes into A and U. And in drink, the vowel is again I, and it again turns into A and U.
Yes. So you have I, A, U. You have I, A, U. Good job. You have a pattern here. Any other patterns that you see?
Mm, I see that most. I see that some of them are just the normal form at en or just n if it ends in an e.
Good job. Yes, you saw another pattern. There's an N in the past participle, just like in seen, eaten, flown, and driven. Good observation. Yeah, anything else?
Mm,
Can you think of another verb that matches the pattern for teach, taught, taught? This is also another pattern, and there are some words that follow it. Can you think of one?
mm, well, I remember that put has all the tenses in as the same word. Put.
Okay, put, right? Okay, put is another pattern. It's a different pattern, not the same as teach, taught, taught. So it's similar to words like hit, hit, right? It doesn't change. So you're right there. There's another pattern, a different one. But this one, teach, taught, taught, also is a pattern all its own. And there are some words that follow it, such as buy.
Bought.
Good job. Buy, bought, bought. See, they follow patterns too. Okay, and it's the same as what?
Hmm.
So
And
you have bought, and you have thought, and you have taught and taught. So they belong together. It's like they have each type of word has a different group of friends, right?
so I think we could change this table a little so we could put the different like families into the same groups.
Yes, you're right. You can put families in the same group so that you can see the sets, the pattern sets that are available. Okay, so maybe next time we could look at that. I'll give you a set of words that you can arrange into families and groups. Okay, do you think that's interesting?
Quite interesting.
Interesting, right? So, English is just like math. Just like math, it's just like physics. You have formulas in math and physics, in chemistry. You have formulas in English too. That's why when you put things together by following the formula, you make things that make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look at your book. Your book is Writing Proficiency. Do you have a copy of this book?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So the first lesson is all about learning how to describe people, and you can practice by describing yourself or describing somebody that you know. So let's practice with the pictures on the page. What can you say? How can you compare the first person with the second person? Compare them in terms of physical appearance.
The first one. The first one looks quite stern.
Uh-huh. That's a
And
good word. Yeah.
the second one, he's smiling.
All right. So if he's smiling, what kind of adjective would you assign for him?
Happy.
Happy, yeah. Stern is like strict, like, right? Stern is like strict. Do you agree? What what
Hmm?
what do you think is the opposite of stern? Because
Mm,
happy isn't its exact opposite. If someone isn't stern, what would they be?
Maybe unstern.
Unstern? No. Like you feel nothing is hindering you. You don't feel like you have to please anybody. You're not uptight. Can you think of any word that matches that description?
Mm,
If you're stern,
I
oh
think
no.
I think that description sounds like maybe wild in a less crazy way.
Wild and crazy. Okay.
Wild in a less crazy way.
In a less crazy way. Wild and less crazy. Okay,
No,
let's think about that.
I mean it's like free and
Mm-hmm.
like maybe like running around, like wild but
Okay.
in a less crazy way.
Right. It's something like that because you don't need to watch yourself, watch what you say or do. You don't have to worry about anybody and what they're thinking about you. So, would you agree that relaxed would be a good adjective to describe that?
I think that's the perfect
Yeah,
adjective.
it sounds like the perfect opposite for stern, right? If you're stern and strict, you have to be careful. But if you're relaxed, you don't really have to think of much. Okay, anything else to describe their personalities?
Mm,
You can talk about what they look like, their physical features. You can talk about what you think their characters or attitudes would seem like. You can talk about what you think their hobbies might be. Okay, you can use any kind of description.
hmm. I think the man in the first picture is dressed like formally and
What word was that?
and
Can you say it again?
formally.
Oh, okay. Formal. Formal. Good. Yeah, that's a good word. Okay, he's formal. He's in a business suit. He's trying to be proper. All right.
The the next the other picture shows a man that's dressed well like every daily.
Mm-hmm. What's what's the adjective to describe him, which is also the counterpart for formal? Can you think of one?
Well, in writing, there's formal writing and informal writing.
Okay,
So
good. Yeah. He can be informal. Any other synonyms for informal to describe what he looks like or what he's wearing?
Casual.
Good. That's a good word. Yes. And that's the word that I was thinking about. It's casual. So you have formal and informal or casual. Okay. Do you have anything to say about their I don't know. What about their physical features? Can you compare and contrast their faces or possibly their body build?
Mm, well, their hairstyle is definitely different.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe the first one?
Looks very how to straight up if you look at it.
Straight? What is it?
Straight up. I mean, literally, it points up.
Straight up.
It
Okay.
literally points up.
Yeah, his hair looks like it not really pointing up, but maybe it's held up by mousse or gel. But I would there's no term in hairstyle that is straight up, but you would probably come up with a term like clean cut. Have you heard of this term, clean cut?
Nope.
Clean cut is someone who has a close haircut. It's very neat, um, above the ears and not touching your eyes or your brows. Okay, you call that a clean cut look or a clean cut hairstyle. Okay, so what about the second one? How would you describe his hair?
Very, very, how to say it? Maybe very, well, it's messier compared to the first picture.
Okay, probably a bit messier. Anything else? It's longer, definitely it's longer, right? Messier, longer. Well, I think it's sufficient. You can just say it's a bit messy compared to the first one. Okay, so you've come up with a lot of descriptions for them. You have stern, formals, straight up, clean cut, relaxed, casual, messy. Okay, so those are all good adjectives to use. So now, I want you to read this. So it says here, so we're going to try and make a composition about people. Okay. It says here, can you read this part?
Mm,
Is it too small? Do you want it bigger?
no, I think this size is okay.
Okay.
A composition describing a person should consist of A. An introduction giving brief information about who the person is, where or how you met her or him, how you heard about him or her, etc. B. A main body, which may include descriptions of such things as physical appearance, personality or behavior, manners or mannerisms, and or detail of the person's life and lifestyle, hobbies, interests, everyday activities, etc. And C. A conclusion in which you comment on why this person is of interest. express your feelings, opinion concerning the person, etc.
Okay, so we'll be writing an essay on people, and it has 3 parts. What are those 3 parts?
The the free the words or phrases written in bold, which are introduction, main body, and conclusion.
Yes, you have the introduction, your body, and your concluding paragraph or your conclusion. So the different things that you could write about are a background of that person, right? Where you met him, where he came from, your relationship with that person. And the body can be about his appearance, personality, mannerisms, lifestyle, hobbies, routine, and so on. Okay? We have this word here. The word is mannerism. Do you know what a mannerism is?
No idea.
No idea. Okay, a mannerism is something that a person might do that is peculiar to their identity or their personality, which may not be common to a lot of people. For example, okay, I've seen some girls like pull out a strand of their hair like this, and they twirl the strand around with their finger. Like, I don't know why they do it, but some of them may do it often without even knowing that they're doing it, and it's called a mannerism. Okay, do you get my example?
I understand. It's like a habit.
It's like a habit attached to your personality, and most of the time the people are doing it without really knowing that they're doing it because it's part of who they are. So it might be something that is like something that goes by the way of how they speak, their accent, facial expression. Like some people like to raise one eyebrow. That's also a mannerism. Can you give me an example of a mannerism that you might have?
Mm, maybe. Well,
Or it doesn't
well,
have
like,
to be you. It can be about anyone that you know.
well, I have quite a few bad mannerisms. For example, putting my lower jaw, like longer than my upper jaw.
Can you repeat?
I said sometimes I put my lower jaw forward, so my teeth are like, mm, well, well, usually my teeth are like like this. This this is the lower jaw, and this is the upper jaw. The lower jaw is inside the upper jaw, but sometimes without noticing, I put the lower jaw like in front of the upper jaw.
Okay. So you might say usually you have your teeth aligned, right? Everybody has everybody does that. The first example that you gave. So you have a habit of putting out your jaw so that you have some sort of overbite like this. Can you show me?
Well, I have a few different ways to do that. This,
Uh-huh.
this, this, whatever.
Why do you do that?
Because, well, I like it.
Do you do it when you're thinking or when you're remembering something, or do you just do it when you're bored?
Well, whenever I'm not noticing.
Whenever you're not noticing?
Um, I mean, sometimes I do it on purpose, but after I put it out in that position, maybe I just forget it and make it stay that way or something.
Okay, sometimes you do it on purpose, sometimes you don't know that you're doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what makes it a mannerism. It's a kind of habit. And a lot of us don't even know why we're doing it. Okay, so yeah, exactly that. So we don't have time anymore. So now, Karen, I want to ask you if you can come up with a paragraph about somebody. It can be yourself or someone you know. So can you write out this? Can you write this topic into in a paragraph form, and can you prepare it for our next lesson? Can you do that?
I think so.
Okay, good. You can type it on a Word document, and you can ask your mom to send it to me by sending it to the head teacher, or you can send it to me through chat because we have a chat function here. Okay, so as long as it's in your computer, you'll be able to send it to me. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Do you have any questions?
Mm, nope.
Okay. All right, so it was a pleasure meeting you, and I wish you a good night. I'll see you next time. Okay?
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.